What an off-season of change. Welcome back to ValleyHoopsInsider.com. I'm Harry Schroeder, editor of the site. Man, have we had some changes in this off-season. 5 new coaches in the 2 leagues that we cover. Pay-per-view of sorts is coming to the Missouri Valley Conference. The Final Four run and results of that run, we're going to talk about that as well. Yep, and we had a little bit of a skirmish with Jay Billis this spring. We'll talk about all of that for you today here on the website. First, on the basketball coaches, some great regional connections as 5 jobs have been filled here in just the last several weeks. We've caught up with 4 of those coaches. We'll get the 5th one, don't worry. We'll catch up with him pretty soon. First in the OVC, Penny Collins at Tennessee State. Very energetic, very excited guy. It's his dream job. Came back home to Nashville to coach the Tigers. He's going to play up-tempo basketball. They're going to run up and down the floor. Wants to bring energy back to the Tennessee Tigers basketball program. A.W. Hamilton is the new man at Eastern Kentucky University. Came over from Hargrave Institute, a military institute, was there. That's a prep school. Went to North Carolina State with Kevin Keats, and now he is at Eastern Kentucky. And he's a guy that knows what he's doing. Has that military kind of thing background, very disciplined. They're going to be a handful to reckon with, particularly with Nick Mayo coming back for a big senior season. Both of those guys, he's a Lexington guy. Both of those guys feel like they're coming home, getting back to their dream job. In the Missouri Valley Conference, Dana Ford back in the MVC. Left Tennessee State. Now he's at Missouri State after having coached at Illinois State, Wichita State, played at Illinois State. He's coming home as well. Very excited. And you guys know Dana Ford, hard-nosed, defensive-minded coach. Very excited about being back in the Missouri Valley Conference. They've got a pretty good roster, too. I think the Bears are going to be a team to be reckoned with this coming season. Also joining the league, Walter McCarty at Evansville. Now, he didn't coach in the league, play in the league, but he's from Evansville. Long time in the NBA, 10 years in the NBA after playing at Kentucky. Then he coached around a couple of different places and has been with the Boston Celtics for the last couple of years. But a Rick Pitino disciple of sorts, played for him, coached under him at Louisville as well. And he's super excited about being back at Evansville. And there's a lot of energy in Purple Aces Nation. I'm telling you, they've sold 1,000 more season tickets. They got a whole new brand new radio package. There's a lot of energy around Evansville, and I'll just give you a little secret. We haven't put this interview out on the website yet. They're going to bring back the short sleeve unis every once in a while for the Purple Aces. Should be a lot of fun. Haven't spent time yet with Darren DeVries, the new head coach at Drake, but he's a guy that's coming home as well. An Iowa guy, played at Northern Iowa, coached at Creighton when they were in the Valley and going forward as well, and has been wanting this Drake job for years, and he's finally got it. Congratulations to him. Now, both Drake and Evansville have big roster holes to fill, and bit by bit they're filling them in, but it's going to be an off-season job for those 2 coaches. What about this pay-per-view thing? ESPN Plus there's a new ESPN app. ESPN Plus is kind of what they're building it around. A lot of people have been cutting out their ESPN coverage or just cutting cable completely. And so ESPN, Disney, they're trying to fight back and figure out a way to get people back to ESPN. A whole new ESPN app. It's going to include ESPN Plus, $4.99 a month. And it's going to affect a lot of things. A lot of the regular, typical ESPN programming you can now get without having it on your cable program, and so that's a benefit. Also, some of those games you're used to watching in the Missouri Valley on ESPN3, they're going to be on ESPN Plus now. So for a small amount of money, you're going to be able to get the same games, many of the games that you already had, as well as some of the games you'd be losing, and then all of that ESPN coverage. Backed into a corner a little bit is the league, but I think it's going to turn out to be a positive long term. Loyola. Final Four for Porter Moser and the Ramblers, and what a great run they had. Great notoriety for the Missouri Valley Conference and really all mid-major conference teams. And what a terrific run. My concern for the Ramblers, will they have championship hangover? I mean, they've been at the Bulls games and the Blackhawk games and the Cubs games being honored and a lot of media requests. How do they respond to being the top dogs? It's going to be very interesting. But both Dana Ford and Walter McCarty told me, you know what, because of Loyola's run, it's easier for us to recruit. Even Penny Collins at Tennessee State at his press conference said, you know what, if Loyola can do it, why can't Tennessee State? All mid-majors are arising and saying, if Loyola, why not us? So they're having a widespread effect on mid-major basketball all across the fruited plain. You say, Harry, what's Jay Billis got to do with ValleyHoopsInsider.com? At one point during Loyola's run, I merely mentioned that Jay Billis and others are finally noticing that Loyola was a good basketball team, that they could beat high-level teams. And Jay kind of went off on me. Well, we're covering him and we're paying attention. And really, we all know the big major networks and all that, they don't pay attention. They don't care. Frankly, Billis and others care about those top 5 or 6 or 7 power conferences all year long. And then finally, during March Madness, they pay attention to mid-majors. That's okay. Listen, I only pay attention to mid-majors until March Madness, but I'm honest about it. 365, I care about mid-majors. Once it comes to tournament time, I'll pay attention to Kansas, but I don't need to now. Everybody else does. What Billis and others do is they're hypocritical in a sense. They go, oh, we care about the whole game. They don't. They care about those 5 or 6 major programs, conferences, and that's okay. Just be honest about it, Jay. Listen, I'm Harry Schroeder. We're so glad you're at the site today. Come on back. We're going to get with Darren DeVries. We're going to be posting an interview soon with Walter McCarty, also an interview with Jack Watkins from the Missouri Valley Conference about that ESPN Plus package so that you can get all the details and all the understanding about that. We'll be catching up with some of the other coaches and players in the offseason as well. So excited to be bringing you mid-major basketball coverage right here on ValleyHoopsInsider.com. Remember, since you've been there, make it a better place. We'll be talking to you again real soon.